Good morning. This is Kylie Taranolo. Good morning, Lori. We have Lori Lafort. Did I say your last name right? Lafort here?
Yep, that's perfectly fine. Lefort or
Perfect.
Lefford.
Lafort. Awesome. So I have just recently met Lori, and we're in this journey together to better health and just really digging into the beauty that God has given us in this awesome world. And one of the things that have been really important to me is just this growing in strength and courage and life and zest for life through superfoods. And it sounds like you have also a sort of a great connection, a great story on growing in motherhood and natural family planning and how all of those things can connect together. So I'm going to pass it on over to you, Lori, and I just would love to hear more.
Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you, Kylie. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. Um, Here you can see behind me the sun is coming up and it's just gorgeous, beautiful morning after a wonderful rain and some good, well-needed storms. Um, we in our lives we have storms and we all need those nutrients and that rain to come too. And so one of the things that has happened for us is a wonderful community with superfoods that we found. And these superfoods, I have tried for many years. So I'm in my 50s, heading towards my later 50s. So just share that. I don't share that very often, but I will. And so I have tried since my 20s to gather and to find something that I have found now. And the way the company puts these super nutrients together is just so right and so perfect for the human body. Um, and they're out there. They're all out there. You can get these nutrients from other places too, but the sources that they found and the purity that is in them um, is to the utmost effect that we can have. So, with that being said, bringing in motherhood, parenthood into this, um, it has opened doors for me to work in teaching fertility care again and the aspect of health and nutrients, and that there is there is an aid, there is a help out there. There is, if you're struggling, there's something that is not a band-aid. Along with fertility care, which I'm one of the natural systems that come that's stemmed in Nebraska. Um, and there are others too, but that's the one that I will be working with and that I work with. Along with these superfoods, they blend so well together because there will be a charting of the history of what is going on in your life with the history of the nutrients that you need to blend those two together to make a whole balanced person and a whole balanced lifestyle. Um, it's it's just amazing. I know that if I would have had this more complete balance many years ago, um, I wouldn't have had to have so much modern medicine have to take out body parts that I really would have loved to have kept for a lifetime. But with that being said, um, the community in this and the way I found this was um, friends that I worked with for a short period of time, and then we ended up going our separate ways, and then we were introduced with um, another just short visit at where I'm working now, and we were both excited. I didn't know that they were struggling with fertility, and health issues. And I am a cancer survivor. And so I've always still been seeking for better nutrients, better health, better, to be more complete. And we ended up stumbling and having a quick conversation while they were getting ready to go to the hospital to have their baby. So then 3, 4 days later, they're calling me and we're talking about all this stuff. And they're like, how come we never talked about this before? And so the ball got rolling. And here we are related and know so many people in the community of both the fertility care, family aspect of it, and these nutrients. And it's so amazing. And Kylie, you're in South Dakota. I'm in North Dakota. It's like taking us across the world. I just spoke with a friend over in Hawaii, taking the nutrients there. And she's not married yet, but she's looking forward to it, and placing these nutrients in her system now for preparing a good solid base for in the future for proper fertility to be already in place. So one of the things that happens is that um, don't, we're not really educated and taught from a cellular basis that there's a lot of squashing out there right now that about cells and how life really begins. But we begin with a cell, and that cell needs nutrients and the proper nutrients to keep growing properly and to living and thriving properly, because that's what made me, that's what made you, and that's our shape. All the humans walking out there, we're cell on top of a cell. And when one hurts, they start uh, a pile of hurting, and they can either be a ball or they can be broken down. Like varicose veins, for instance. Varicose veins come because our cells are breaking down so much. And so there's nothing there to cover those veins anymore. So they're coming to the surface. And we have a friend in common in this
Yeah.
community. Nisa,
Mm,
her varicose veins are now better. They're gone because
mm.
the cells have rebuilt. I can't wait. I'm striving for that point. Not quite there. I'm only in 5 months. It will take a few more months. But so much has changed for me, and so much can change for everyone else out there. Um, I have my gray is actually going away. My thought on this, and I even talked to my fertility care doctor back when I was in childbirthing times, and usually using natural ways. I told him, I said, I'm going to show you one day, and I'm going to talk to you one day and show you that it's connected. It's connected to our hormones, and it's telling us that there are certain parts in our body that are hurting. And, you know, um, and it's true. I swear, gray is connected to your kidneys and your liver. I haven't found the exact scientific thing to prove it, but it's getting pretty close. I'm getting pretty close to finding that doctor that I can say, aha, see, it is linked to that.
That's
But
so cool.
I yeah, I know that my kidneys and my liver are really, those are my greatest focus right now that I need to work on to getting back to health. And then the cell generation will come for my varicose veins and that cell area to be better. And that's throughout my body. I have varicose veins inside. Many of us don't realize that that can be a situation with motherhood. Uh, Veins for our mammary gland area for producing, to be nursing our children. Varicose veins around our uterus. I had difficulties with that. That was one of the reasons I needed to have a hysterectomy, is because I had a varicose vein so large, and the doctor said that I had 2 or 3 doctors say that was one of the largest varicose veins they've ever seen inside of a person, and they couldn't believe that it hadn't burst yet, and caused, yes, it was that large. Unfortunately, it did. I did have a rough surgery because they were trying to be careful, but it did burst on surgery. So it was a little bit of a rough recovery because I lost a lot of blood. But and so that's one of the reasons I'm in this. And now that I found the superfoods, and also I'll be um, continuing into herbology and learning about the herbs on a little bit more focused level to combine with all of our superfoods that we have in our vegetables, and all the nutrients that we have to build that specific health for motherhood, and which leads into fatherhood also. It can also lead into fatherhood. We can't leave that out because there two is one. Um, yeah. And then part of that, so how do you read all that? How do you know? Well, our eyes can tell the whole story, not just going to the eye doctor and um, them focusing on diabetes, or if your veins, how your veins are doing. It's also, our eye is connected to every part of our body, every cell in our body, and our eye can tell us which cells in our body are hurting or lacking or dying. So there you go. It's in a nutshell, but
I just think it's so great. And I think, like you say, we're maybe not as educated as we could be on some of just basic nutrition and how that can impact us so much. Like I feel like even when we garden or when we try really hard to have all of the nutrition that we need in our days, it can not go as far as it really should or really could. And just that focus on regenerating our own body and allowing our systems and our cells to function at a level in which they can heal themselves and not need continual intervention from something outside,
yeah.
but really
And
something that
that's
that can bring itself to
that's
life.
the key. Yep. Yep, that's the key right there, is that um we've become so self-medicated that we think that we know how much we need, and we do. We really do. We have the instinct for it. However, we have not taken the time to learn where we're getting our source from, to helping to regenerate those cells. And for those that don't understand the word regenerate, it's just like taking a lawnmower and starting it up and restarting it again. um, so we're going in there and we're refeeding that cell, because we're wholly made to regenerate, refix our body, our own organs, and all of our parts of our body can regenerate. And there's some wonderful things out there that I have found that will guide and help with that. So those will be at people's fingertips. They're, and it will be up to them, because we each have to know what to put in our own body, and it's our decision how to take care of it. That's another gift that we've been granted in life, is to take care of ourselves to the best of our ability. But when our cells are on a healthy level from the inside, on the outside, we just can't help but be healthy and level-headed and understanding and knowledgeable and just beautiful. So
That's so wonderful. Thank you so much for connecting this morning and for sharing what you know and what you've experienced through superfoods.
thank you. So, and yeah, I just encourage everybody to, you can contact either one of us, text us, send us a message, and we'll get more information out there to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Lori.
Thanks, Kylie.